just because, like, just because somebody walks past with big tits, it doesn't mean that all men like big tits. It just means it has our attention. If you ask, in my experience, the majority of men don't like massive tits. It's just like more than a handful's wasted, right?
Yeah.
Is kind of the phrase, right? But some blokes like a fat ass, some blokes like a skinny ass. Do you know what I mean? I'm a smiles guy. It's nothing sexual about it. I like some guys like feet. I used to live with a guy who loved feet, and I remember him bringing this girl home one night, and she was stunning. And I mean, like, I was pissed. Like, no way, man, that is way not fair, you know. And when he come down the next day, he was just like, no, man. It's like, well, what's the problem? Her feet, man. What the fuck? How are you looking at those feet? But that was his thing, and he couldn't get past that. Mine is smiles. I like smiles. And it doesn't mean I wouldn't date somebody that didn't have a great smile. It just means if somebody has a great smile, and I'm just like, fuck me, that's nice. I don't know how to explain because it's not sexual in any way, shape, or form. But there's something about that that I like above everything else. And I've dated women of all shapes and sizes. And, generally, I prefer slim women. I actually generally prefer kind of muscular women. Do you know what I mean? That athletic type. But I've also dated big women because they were just fun to be. Do you know what I mean? They were such a good laugh to be with. It was just like the looks didn't matter, and it's not to say they weren't attractive. There just wasn't what you would put me in as my type based on
Mm.
previous people. and and that's the thing is what men like when I see women with puffed, with injected lips. I just like there is nothing about that I find attractive. As soon as I notice fillers or anything like that, just it doesn't do anything for me. And I don't know anyone it does do anything for. And outside of porn, most fake tits are not that great because they're often too enhanced. And when you see them in real life, it acts like, oh, it's fucking awful. You know,
Mm.
because it's often out of proportion. They've overemphasized the insecurity. Um, and that's like men aren't that fussed about that. I mean, not the way that women perceive us to be fussed about it, but it's like a sports car. Women are, oh God, men, look, you saw the Ferrari, yeah, but he drives an SUV or an estate every day. He just sees something that's nice in the window, or he hears a car, he sees it, whatever. Yes, he likes it, but he's not. It's not his ambition to drive it or own it.
Mm.
You know, I know men that don't like attractive women because it attracts too much attention.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And that puts them off. And it's just like so. It's just like one person's she's drop dead gorgeous is another person's not worth the hassle. It's too much attention.
Yes.
But I know lots of men like that. It's just like, yes, they're pretty, yes, but they would not want relationships with them because they're just you go out and they're always getting hassled. There's always this, there's always that, and men generally want peace, so they just want a peaceful life. They don't want hassle. They don't want arguments. They don't want, you and I were talking yesterday. They need the cheat code. Okay, so if I press this button, press button, this, and this happens. That's how they like to live their life in prediction.
Mm. But
And
I think the most intriguing thing is I don't think women are massively different. Yes, I completely agree. We see the world differently, and the perception of how that looks in practice is probably definitely different. But most women I know, and certainly for myself, where, if it's a peaceful, easy relationship, then that's fine. We don't need to make it into a drama, you know?
but we look. There's a thing you've probably seen it in the echo chamber. There's always, and again, just for context, Samantha and I are talking about echo chambers and the feedback loops they create. We're not saying that this is actually everybody, and that context is important because you will have seen because you've been watching all of this stuff, is where are all the nice guys? You walk
No,
past every, you've walked
let,
past
let me
101 nice guys. Go on.
can I just have I made a few notes as I was going through stuff this morning. So no, it's not about actually where are the nice guys. Because I was kind of expecting more of that kind of stuff anyway. It was masculine, female energy, how to be more feminine, taught
Yep.
by men. How to be more feminine and how to be more attractive, taught by men and taught by women. There's a massive emphasis on this female energy. Men like femininity. I'm like, yeah, some men don't. So it's kind of yeah that there's
I think where it
and
comes from is,
it's kind of being told how to behave. You know, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to be. This is how you need to be in public. This is you can't demand things. You need to subtly ask things, and then let him direct stuff. I'm like, well, actually, do you know what? That doesn't work either because men like to be taught to be clear. This is what I want you to do. Okay, well, I'll either do it or I won't. In my experience, if you're dropping subtle
yeah, but,
hints
yeah,
or
but
even trying to sway someone somewhere, you are.
your experience, you're quite hard work.
Oh, you keep saying that, David. I'll take it as a compliment. I'm cool with that. But yeah,
But in fairness, you
it's
have
like
no
it's
problem.
directions.
But
You're sorry?
you have no problem speaking your mind.
No, that's what makes me hard work. That is the problem that makes me hard work. Is because I have no
No,
problem saying,
it's you know this actually why I like hanging out with you because I know what
yeah,
you're thinking. Because
because
if
you
you
don't
have
find it
something,
hard work.
no, but you are in fairness, you are good. Like you will. I remember a while ago, you phoned me up and said, "Can you give me your opinion on this?"
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? Not that there's you just come straight to the point and tell me what you think the problem is or what the problem is for you. And then I will just and you've even said I want a bloke's perspective,
yeah,
you know. And so you are actually very good at getting to the point. But so if I give some context to those sort of clips about feminine women, stuff like that, there is a lot of women on, and again, it's social media. So it's a very distorted picture, but they give off that
yeah.
as the thing, boss babe vibe. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man. And that thing that, like I said, to you, that, what do they bring to the table?